Hello everyone and welcome again to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host Rob Bentley and thanks for tuning in. Got a busy show for the final show of the first semester as we'll talk Bulldog men's basketball, Bulldog hockey, and we'll check in with the Ferris State volleyball team as they return home from the NCAA tournament. First up, Bulldog hockey, head coach Bob Daniels. And Coach, welcome to the show.
Great to be here, Rob.
Great atmosphere this past weekend in Big Rapids, near sellout crowd on Friday night, a sellout on Saturday as you took on the Michigan Wolverines, and a big win on Friday, 5-0, and then 3-3 tie on Saturday, 4 of a possible 6 points on the weekend. Just talk about this weekend.
Sure, it was great to get the 4 out of the 6, and yeah, it's like anything though. We're greedy. We would have liked to have gotten 5 out of 6 or 6 out of 6, but you know, let's face it, Michigan's struggling right now a little bit. If you look at the record, it's not certainly. They were picked to be not only one of the best teams in our league, but one of the best in the nation. And something's not gelling right yet, but Coach Berenson will have them clicking. But, you know, it was our job to make sure they kept, you know, off sync a little bit, if you will. And I thought, boy, did we ever play well on Friday night. And, you know, all year long, I have never felt really comfortable that we've been able to put together a 60-minute performance. I felt we've seen glimpses of a team that could be good, but I felt like all along we've really relied on C.J. Mott, our goaltender, and for the first time, I felt like the team put together pretty close to a 60-minute performance. Now, C.J. was still great. You have to be to get a shutout, but it was more than just C.J. That was a team shutout, and I was really happy. First time, I said, okay, now we got something here, and we're heading the right direction.
You started off the weekend after having the week off the week before over the Thanksgiving holiday, and as we go to the highlights, just talk about that week off, how that helped your team get ready for this series.
Sure. Well, it was great to have that week off, and you know the bad news was we had won 3 straight, and then you got to take a week off. But the good news is we've had a lot of freshmen in the lineup. You can see it on their faces. You can see it every day in practice. They're wore out. They're tired. You know, for them, it's the first time they've ever had to go to college classes, play hockey, and expect to perform at a high level in both venues. And it's wore on them a little bit, and it's the nerves and all that. So I thought the break came at a perfect time. We've had a lot of guys hurt. Zarnausen and Alexander, both of those guys were in the lineup again and both played exceedingly well. So the break couldn't have come at a better time, and I don't think we showed any ill effects whatsoever as we came into this game. Like I said, I thought this was our best performance from the drop of the puck until the finish of the game that we've had all season.
No scoring in the first period. We just saw a couple goals from Simone Denis and Eric Alexander in the second period to get you going, and then a couple freshmen with goals and part of an all-freshman scoring line as you had six freshmen combined for a couple goals.
Yeah, isn't that something? I noticed that in the score sheet. Again, I didn't realize when it happened, but the goals 3 and 4 were scored by freshmen, and the assists were held by freshmen. So that bodes well for the future, and we got a real shot in the arm from our all-freshman line there. I thought Kenny Babinski, Dakota Kletcha, that line really had an outstanding game. And you know, one of the things we've got going right now is our power plays clicking. We scored 2 power play goals. Our first 2 goals of that game were power play goals. We held them, Michigan off, not only the score sheet on Friday, but Friday, Saturday on their power play attempts. So our penalty kill's great. If we can get our 5-on-5 hockey consistently good, we're going to be a tough team. You know, we're going to be good, but that's an area we're still not certain that we've got squared around.
You come back on Saturday night, and always tough to sweep a team, and certainly Michigan a tough opponent to do that against. What was the focus coming into Saturday's game and being able to try to pull out another win?
Well, we let them know. I mean, we knew we were going to see an upset, ornery Michigan team, and a highly talented team at that. So we knew, and we saw probably. I think that's as good a game probably. I don't know if their coach would say it, but I've seen some tape. I think that's as good a game as Michigan's played themselves all year. And you know, in the first, it's interesting. The first 48 seconds, they had a penalty called on them. We had a penalty called on us. We scored a goal, and about 300 teddy bears were thrown on the ice, and that was in 48 seconds. And I'm thinking to myself, my God, there's a lot of action in no time. But we fell behind 3-1 after we scored the first goal. And here's what the thing I really liked about our team: what resilience we showed. We stayed with our game plan. We kept clawing back. We made it 3-3. We eventually did lose in the shootout, Rob, but that's not the important part because we still got a point for it. It'll go down as a tie nationally, so it didn't hurt us in terms of our pursuit of hopefully getting back in the NCAA tournament. But what really did help is it's just another time when we've been able to come from behind, and if we get in that position again, we'll know how to handle it. And Rob, during the course of the week, I told the guys, when you play a team like Michigan, there's no way we're going to go 120 minutes without crashing on the rocks somewhere along the way. It's going to happen, but it's all how we handle it. And boy, we did a great job.
Just saw the final goal there for the Bulldogs in the third period from Kyle Bonus, and the senior captain with a couple big goals to tie up the contest.
Well, you talk about leading by example. There's Kyle Bonus, hardest worker every single day in practice, has been for 4 years. He's earned everything he's ever gotten. We're down 3-1, and really a very pivotal time when we've talked about, hey, how are we going to handle a little adversity? And here he is leading the way with 2 goals. And not only that, but he's been exceptional defensively, and I couldn't be prouder of the job that Kyle's done in an area where, look, coming into the season after last year being a runner-up in the national title game, winning the CCHA, there was a lot of pressure on this team to perform well. And we weren't as good a team as we were a year ago because we have so many freshmen and all the injuries, and that's a lot of pressure on your captain. And I can't imagine both him and Travis will let the whole senior class handling any better than what they've done so far.
This week, another big series after a tough opponent in Michigan. You face another tough one this week in Western Michigan on the road. What do you expect from the Broncos as you go to Lawson Ice Arena this weekend?
Well, there's 2 big differences between this past weekend and the current weekend. Michigan's a very talented team that's kind of trying to find their way right now. We're going to face a very talented Western Michigan that is clicking. I mean, they are in mid-season form. They are humming, and may be, in my opinion, the best team in the nation right now. I feel that way. Number 2, we're on the road instead of being at home, so another really big hurdle for this team to go out and face. And you know what? We're ready for this test. It's time, but I will say this, Rob. I think this is the best team we're going to face. You know, in terms of hitting on all cylinders right now, having talent, being well coached, and playing in a tough environment. This is going to be the biggest test we've had all year.
You close out the first semester not only with the series at Western Michigan, a game on the road at Michigan State, and a very tough tournament down in Florida over the holidays. As you look at this stretch here, how important were these points this past weekend, and what do you do to get ready to play some of these big games?
Yeah, you're right on, Rob. And you know what, we're proud. We went into Saturday's game with a 4-game winning streak, and we came out of Saturday's game with a 5-game unbeaten streak anyway. So really happy. We needed every one of those points, knowing how tough our schedule is going to be, knowing we have 2 at Western, then 1 at Michigan State. Then we come back, we've got Michigan State, 2 with Ohio State. We're at the Big Ten portion of our schedule right now, and it's tough, and we need every point because I don't know that points are going to be cherished the second half of this season.
Well, Coach, best of luck to the Bulldogs as you go to Western Michigan this weekend, and also over the holidays as we get ready for the second semester to begin.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update after this.